I don't know. We've been pounding the drums for here quite often, especially me. I'm going to keep on doing it.
Dum.
Pound, 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 pound. Time to sign Calais Campbell, because that's who we really need. I'm sorry. Like, if you tell me, like, could we use Stephon Gilmore? Yes. If you tell me, do we have to go ahead and get him? I would say have to. Like, I look at the secondary and go, okay, Cordell Flott, 3rd round pick, Drew Phillips, 3rd round pick, Nick McLeod been okay for the last couple of years with us there. Like, there are some people there I have at least some faith in. Who do you have faith on this defensive line besides Nacho and Dexter Lawrence? Davidson, Phillips, Riley, Anderson. Is there one guy that you're like, this is the guy that should easily be the 3rd?
I guess it depends the time of the year.
Just saying, like,
and what practice you're talking about.
But that's where I'm at. Like, this to me is the big need on this roster, is another veteran defensive lineman. And listen, if I'm wrong and one of these guys balls out and becomes a good starter, you can do a lot worse than having Calais Campbell as your first defensive lineman off the bench.
You're not wrong.
You can do a lot worse than that. If anything, he might appreciate the occasional break, because he's turning 38 in September. Like, he's up there. We're talking about, Stephon Gilmore being a little older before. 38 years old. But Campbell still played like a beast last year for the Falcons, and he was paid $8 million by them. And he's still available this late in the year. Like, we could get him.
Probably because he's 30 years old. Like,
and I get it. But, like, we're talking about a Band-Aid. Again, that's what he is. He's a Band-Aid. Same as Stephon Gilmore, because of the age. These guys are Band-Aids. But he's a Band-Aid worth doing when you're looking at undrafted rookie free agents, 6th round, 7th round picks. Like, I think the best of that group is a 5th round pick. Like, that's not starter material, guys. And I don't think that you rebuild by getting 34, 38-year-old players. I'm not suggesting that in any way, shape, or form.
You do that when you got no one else.
But when you got no one else, maybe you sign the guy for 1 year as that Band-Aid. He becomes like a mentor to the young guys. And next year, you go get that 3rd defensive lineman at that point for the long-term future. And you get him, and you hope the guys that were backups last year are better because they spent a year with Campbell teaching them things. But to think that any of those guys are going to be probably a decent starter is just a little crazy talk to me. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. Is it likely? Should you bank on it? No pun intended.
I see what you did there.
I didn't mean to do it. I just kind of said it came out that way. But you shouldn't bank on that. That's crazy to bank on that. So, as a 1-year stopgap, sometimes you have to do it.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.